Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the Chase Young injury and how he's going to miss this week, the next week, and possibly more, and why I think it's a little bit fishy. If you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and that like button. It really does help out the channel. It only takes a few seconds. Also, go ahead and check out Mojo and BetUS, links in the description. Okay, so basically this morning, all the reporters reported that Chase Young will be missing this game, and Ben Standard reported that he'll miss at least up until week 3. But all this really isn't adding up to me. So let's get this straight. Chase Young is questionable. On Friday, they made the report. He's questionable for the game. Nothing crazy about that. That's kind of what we expected. And he's not cleared for contact at that point. Then Saturday morning, he gets cleared for contact, but then they downgrade him to out? Like, how does that make sense? Because if you knew that you were not going to play him, if he got cleared for contact because he needs more time, then why list him questionable? Why not just list him out? It really makes no sense for me. I just don't know what's going on. This situation is fishy. The situation last year, coming back from his injury, was fishy as well because he came back like 6 or 7 weeks later than people thought he was going to come back. Even the team thought he was going to come back because they, started his IR clock or whatever, or the pup clock or whatever it's called, the practice, period, way before, and then he ended up not playing until like 6 or 7 weeks after. That situation last year was fishy. He wasn't truly ready to play. I think it was more mentally than physically. That's fine, but just the way the whole situation was being portrayed by by him and by the coaching staff and everything was just a little bit weird. And now this situation is kind of giving me those vibes as well. And then, like I said, Ben Stanek says he's not going to be expected back until at least week 3, which is a little extra for me. And the thing is, I don't know whose not fault it is because he is injured, but is it Chase Young who doesn't want to play, or is it the coaching staff, or is it the medical staff that doesn't want him to play? Because it's not like he's been out for 2-3 years. He had the knee injury, played a few games last year, has been healthy all offseason until this point, and now he's cleared for contact, but they don't want him to play for another 2 weeks. Like, I don't think he needs all that time to come back from a neck injury if he's cleared for contact. I don't think he needs 2+ weeks to get cleared, or to come back. It might even be more than that because Ben Stanek says at least 3. And with Chase Young and how these things have gone in the past, wouldn't be surprised if it's until week 5, week 6, week 7. Don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. This is just really unfortunate because we're already starting this season off with Chase Young. Not great. I wanted to see a fully healthy Chase Young, and now he's going to miss week 1, week 2, could be week 3, could be more. And his contract year, they didn't pick up the 5th-year option for a bunch of different reasons. Injuries were a part of it. And, it's looking better for them right now. And it's unfortunate that Chase Young has never really truly realized his full potential. At least not yet. It might happen here. It might happen in another uniform. I do not think we should trade him because I believe that a team will give him a contract after this year where it's enough that we'll get a 3rd-round comp pick, maybe a 4th-round comp pick. So just keep him, see what he can do for you. If he ends up balling out and having a great season, great, re-sign him. But if not, he has an okay season, let's say 5 or 6 sacks, and Montez Sweat has like 10, 11 sacks. You re-sign Montez, you move on from Chase. Maybe you even franchise tag him and try to trade him for something, or you just let him go, get a comp pick the next year, and move on from your second overall pick in 2020. It's unfortunate, man. It really is. But this is what Kyle had to say. Chase Young was clear for contact, but he's been downgraded out. They want to see how he responds to contact before playing. I just wish they told us what the injury actually was because it's clearly not a stinger. Stinger max lasts a few days. Usually it's less than 24 hours. After 24 hours, it's something other than a stinger. So I wish they were more clear with us. And, it could be one of two things. They're just not clear with us, and it's making Chase look bad, or it's something more where like Chase doesn't really want to play and they don't want to expose him like that. And then they also have the Zoom doctor and everything, which makes it even more like confusing. Like, how is a doctor going to clear you over Zoom? And then also, like, whose doctor is that? Because I don't think the team would have a Zoom doctor. They would just have someone there with them. That's what I would think. So I guess they're having, someone out from the outside looking at his, injury. It could be someone Chase looked for, or could be the team that got them. I don't know, but I would think a team with, a bunch of medical people, tons of doctors would be able to examine him themselves instead of having to do it over Zoom. So this whole thing is very, very fishy, very confusing. And I know I spent a lot of time, just going into it right now. But after that, I'm if Chase Young plays, he plays. If not, if that is fine. Talked about it this whole week, especially on Rio's stream. Like, I'm not believing that he's playing until he plays on the field. And that, especially after today, is going to be true. Until he's there, until the first snap of the game starts and he's on the field, that's when I'll be like, okay, he's playing, he's back. But until then, whatever they say, whatever the media says, whatever, Adam Schefter says, it's loading, but he says he's not expected to miss much time. I remember every single week last year, he would be like, oh, Chase Young is making his debut this week, and then he would be wrong, and then he would report, even though Chase Young's not making his debut this week, it is expected to be next week, and then it didn't happen. So just don't necessarily believe anyone, but especially Adam Schefter when it comes to this thing, because he had it wrong last year. So that's really it for today's video. It is unfortunate. It's a very rainy day. Virginia Tech game currently is not going on. And yeah, we'll see. But appreciate you guys watching. Tomorrow we'll be doing, or actually tonight I probably will be doing a stream. And then tomorrow as well, going to be doing a stream on Bleacher Report. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Should be really fun. Peace, guys.